India's Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar, who's on a two-day visit to Russia, has held talks with his Russian counterpart Sergey Lavrov. Both leaders spoke on a wide range of issues pertaining to global matters and, of course, bilateral ties. The crucial dialogue comes amid the war in Ukraine. Addressing the media after the bilateral talks, Dr. Jaishankar repeated the Indian Prime Minister's message from the SCO summit, where he had said to President Putin that today's era is not of war. Jaishankar reiterated that the solution to the conflict can only come through dialogue and diplomacy, and that New Delhi is on the side of peace. Jaishankar also emphasized that India and Russia have a long-standing partnership where the two countries engage each other in an increasingly multipolar world. He added, for New Delhi, Moscow has been a steady and time-tested partner. During the talks, Russian Foreign Minister Sergey Lavrov underscored the importance of exchanging notes and assessments with partners like India on how bilateral goals are progressing on the issue of trade and investments amid ongoing changes in the global scenario. The two leaders also discussed prospective energy projects. India has been buying oil from sanctions-hit Moscow amid the Ukraine conflict. Despite objections from the West, India's External Affairs Minister said buying Russian oil is to India's advantage and it would continue. Jaishankar arrived in Moscow on Monday as part of his two-day visit in continuation of the regular high-level dialogue between the two sides. The visit also comes ahead of the G20 summit, for which India and Russia are expected to finalize cooperation under various multilateral frameworks. The summit will be attended by both Putin and the heads of state of Ukraine's allies, including US President Joe Biden. Reports say India may be a potential negotiator between Russia and Ukraine. For more on this story, WION's principal diplomatic correspondent Siddhant Sibal sent us this report from New Delhi.
India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar had a long day in Moscow, and we saw those briefings, including the joint presser along with the Russian Foreign Minister Sergey Lavrov. And the message was clear from New Delhi that Russia is a time-tested partner for New Delhi. And there are a lot of convergences in the relationship. We know that both sides discussed number of issues, whether it is the Ukraine conflict that dominated the agenda, but also situation in Afghanistan that remains a concern for New Delhi. The Indian External Affairs Minister also talked about the issue of terrorism, specifically pointing out the issue of cross-border terrorism. But largely this visit is something that is being closely watched by Western capitals. Remember, this is the third visit by any Indian minister or official to Moscow since the Russia-Ukraine conflict started in the month of February. The Indian Health Minister, the Indian National Security Advisor Ajit Doval have been to Moscow, and this visit, the ongoing visit, is something that has been in spotlight not only because of the visit of the Indian External Affairs Minister, but also the delegation he is carrying with him on range of issues, whether it's shipping, whether it's energy, and that shows that India is keen to increase its already substantive relationship with Moscow, even as Russia comes under pressure from the West in the backdrop of the ongoing Russia-Ukraine conflict. But nonetheless, this visit lays foundation for further engagements, including the India-Russia annual summit and, of course, the Indian presidency of G20 and SCO, where the Russian president is expected to participate and visit India next year. With video journalist Gopal, Siddhant Sibal for WION in New Delhi.